Hello, my name is Heather Kretschmer, and I would like to give you my top 3 tips for equitable and engaging facilitation online. I work in a university context and teach 14-week courses. So, tip number 1 is to provide structure with flexibility. I set up my sessions, my online sessions, by starting off with an entrance ticket, moving on to my main activities, and then rounding off with an exit ticket. All right. And by entrance and exit tickets, these are what other people call check-ins and check-outs. It's simply generally shorter activities that I place at the beginning and the end of the lessons to ease students into the lesson and then ease them out again. So for example, I might do a community building activity to help them get to know each other. I might have them do a brain dump where they have to jot down anything that comes to mind for some topic that they did for homework, and then have them compare with a partner what they've written down, and then finally consult their notes. But that said, with this structure, I do build in flexibility. So if I see that we need longer for a particular activity, I might cut another main activity. Or if we get through the main activities quicker than I had expected, then I always have at least one backup activity that I add into the lesson. Yeah. Tip number 2 is to invite students to ask questions and express their concerns. And I generally do this at least several times during a session and also between sessions. So I might say, okay, do you have any questions before we begin this activity? Or I might say, hey, if you have questions about the homework or any concerns, please send me an email between this session and our next session. And tip number 3 is to give students voice and choice wherever possible. So, for example, when we're on Zoom together, I will tell my students, hey, you can have your cameras on, you can have them off, it's your choice, right? Or for example, if I ask them to type something into the Zoom chat, I'll say you can type it for the whole group, or if you want, you can just message me privately. And whenever possible, I phrase instructions as an invitation. So I might say, I invite you to type your ideas about topic X into the chat. All right, but this isn't just for the Zoom sessions. This is also for homework and assignments. So I might say, okay, here are 3 resources. Read or listen to at least one of these resources. You can listen to more if you wish, right? Or for the assignments, I'll give them as much flexibility and as many options as possible. So those are my 3 tips. First of all, provide consistent structure with flexibility. Second of all, inviting students to ask questions and express their concerns. And third, giving students voice and choice wherever possible.